Hi guys, welcome back. This is Jason with Smoking Eagles Rod Shop. I'm here again in my home shop here in Napanee, Indiana. One of the reasons that I got the engine in a mocked up stage like it is so that I could get working on the wiring harness. Even in the Beetle, I ran a Holley HP. I have a Holley Terminator right here, Terminator X, and they basically share the same main harness. So I've built one before for the Super Beetle, so I'm gonna build one again for the little yellow truck. I I learned a lot while wiring the Super Beetle, so the truck is a little less intimidating, especially with using a Holley ECU. I really like them from the standpoint of tunability. I have a local tuner that basically is willing to help me because I have a Holley HP. That's kind of one of those things. Either you need to be, you need to know what your tuner's willing to work with, and for me, it's worth the extra time, effort, and figuring it out of going to a Holley than to be searching for a tuner. So I'm gonna try to get that in the truck. I'm gonna try to figure out where I want to put the ECU, and then I'm going to try to get my wires routed up to the front of the truck where I want to branch everything off. I'm going to try to tuck the harness. I'm going to try to tuck the harness really nicely. So I'm hoping to get the ECU in, get the wires routed to where I want them. I need a bulkhead to go through the firewall. I have one on order. It's not here quite yet. When that gets here, then I can really dive into the wire to actually making the harness. But for now, I can at least run the wires and get them to where they go. That was one of the reasons why I put the motor in the truck before everything was ready to go anyway. So it's probably not that going to be that great to film, but yeah, we're gonna film it anyways. I'm probably gonna work on it every night this week. I'm probably literally going to be out here every night working on it this week, and hopefully, if I stay diligent at it, by the time the weekend comes, I'm gonna have something. So let's oh, I also got some other things as well. Hold on one second. I'm gonna flip you guys around. So I also got this shift tower. It's one of those real fancy ones with the shifter and the whatnot. But I got to get these bearings out because I want to get this thing off and get it powder coated. Additionally, I have these the remote reservoir and the cap for the master cylinder, so I'd like to get that on, maybe see if I can't mount some remote cylinders. I also have my my rod ends. These rod ends actually connect to the transmission where these two connect. As you can see, when they removed this engine from the junkyard, they just clipped it. So it's kind of nice that they're there because I have all the extra stuff just in case, but I need to switch to these so that when I'm ready for the shifter, then I can just go in there with that. But yeah, we're gonna work on that a little bit. We're gonna work on those a little bit. We're gonna work on this guy a little bit, and hopefully I can find a home for that guy. Yeah, that should be a pretty good bit of work. Uh-oh, got you staring at the garage. That's what you guys sit on. That's the homemade stand I made for you. Well, guys, that took longer than I thought it was going to. There were some bearings pressed into these holes right here, and there's one on the other side as well. It's tucked way up in there. It's kind of hard to see it. Let's see if we can't get it on camera. It's hiding. Anyways, there's some bearings tucked up in those holes, and I need to get them out if I'm gonna get that powder coated. So I had to get those bearings out of there, and man, that one just did not want to come out. So I fought with that for a while. I then took this off, and I enlarged the holes just a little bit because I noticed that it was sitting just a little crooked. So I wanted to get it back shifted a little straighter. I think it still has a little ways to go to get perfectly straight, but we'll do that once we have it like on the ground with fluids in it and whatnot. There's a little bit of play in there. So yeah, I also got rid of the main harness, what was left of the main harness. I'm just going to redo it all. I already knew I was going to, but I wanted to tuck the wires, and I've seen wires tucked a couple different ways. Sometimes they take the fenders off and then they run them up through there and then pop them in down here and then run them across. But I saw a guy on the internet who did kind of like a race tuck where you can still get to it. And what he did was he came through right down here, and then he literally just snaked and just snaked and stayed right underneath that crumple zone, and then came down on the front. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think on the driver's side, I'm going to do the lights and you know, the lights and the fans and the starter. All that stuff's going to come through that side. And then over here on the other side, I'm going to come through with the all the stuff for the engine, for the ECU. So I'm just going to tuck it up underneath that mount, run it right up, you know, underneath this frame rail, and then once I get down on here, I can bring it up to the top. And then once I get it about in the center of the engine, I'm going to bring it through. So my injectors will come through there, and I'm probably going to put the coils right on top of there. So I'll probably bring the coils right up there too. And then basically all my sensors will tuck down to the front underneath the underneath this radiator support, I guess. And then they'll tuck right along this frame rail underneath. And then I'll just put a bulkhead through the firewall right there. And then I'll put probably just a grommet through the firewall over here. I'm not trying to do anything too fancy. And then I'll probably have an additional grommet over here for my crank sensor and my cam sensor. I don't want to put those into a bulkhead. I'll just run those through a grommet through the firewall. And my O2 sensor is right down there on my pipe. So I might do the same thing. I might just pop through with a little grommet and drop down to my O2 sensor. And then I'll probably just drop through with a grommet for my cam and my crank. And then those wires won't be cut at all. They'll be straight from the ECU all the way to the connector. And then I'll do a bulkhead through there for the rest of the engines. The injectors, the ignition, the air pressure, the air temperature, the coolant temp, the IAC, throttle position, oil pressure. I'll do all those through a bulkhead in that corner right there and route it around. Man, I really wish I had my bulkhead right now. I'm thinking I might be able to reuse this for my ECU, this bracket here for my ECU. But if I can't use that for the ECU, I'll probably use that for for everything else. I'll probably just use that for the fuse panel then if I can't. But then that kind of leaves me with figuring out where to put the ECU. So that's kind of what I'm up to right now at the moment, is I'm gonna worm around a little bit and see if I can't figure out a good location in this cab for an ECU. Okay, I'll be back in just a minute. Hey guys, I used a little cardboard aided design, also known as CAD, to make me this little flap right there. It fits right in there real nice. I'm gonna be able to see the lights on the back. I got plenty of room for that big snake of wires that has to come in and out of there. And I think I have enough room down here for a little fuse panel for any fuses that I need for the lights. In the Beetle, I'm only running a little 6 fuse panel. I'm only running a little fuse panel, so I think I won't need much more here. But yeah, I think that ECU is going to tag right there. I mean, my feet are plenty out of the way. I could shorten that up even a little bit, but I'll leave it long for now. I think that looks pretty good. I also need to make a cover for this. I think I'll just use that as a template, and I'll make a little sheet metal cover for that. I also need to make some drop brackets for this guy for the new steering column that's coming. So I think we're going to go over to Dustin's. I think we're going to go over to Smoking Eagles Rod Shop HQ, and we're going to do some fabricating where we have some better fabricating tools to fabricate. Okay, yeah, let's go over there. Let's see what Dustin's up to today. All right, guys, we made it. We're over here at Smoking Eagles Rod Shop headquarters. Let's go in here and see what Dustin's up to right at the minute. He said he was out in the shop all day. Oh man, what's that thing doing in here? Let's get a sneak peek. Help, it's still got its heads on. Oh, buddy. Hey, what are you guys working on?
David's little house, his tiny house.
It's micro house on wheels.
All right. You know it. What's up, man?
Well, guys, I'm here. I'm gonna get some work done. I'm gonna hang out with Dustin. I haven't seen him in a minute, so yeah, I'll show you what I got done. Hey guys, this is Jason here. I got a lot of stuff done over at Dustin's. I got this little block off plate made for my shifter. I got my little tray made for my ECU and my fuse panel, and I even got these made for a steering column that should be here pretty soon. So all in all, it really helps to have a shop with tools in it. Thanks for letting me come over, Dustin.
No problem, man.
Well, guys, I thought I'd bring you in here and let you see. I got that panel in there for the ECU. I got the new steering brackets in there for the smaller steering column. Could have dropped it down about 1 inch too. That should help with the steering height. Got that plate in there. I did make that panel wrong. I folded it on the wrong side, but I just unfolded it and folded it the other way. We'll just use that one for a mock-up. I'm sure I can make that out of... I'm sure I'll end up changing it anyway. But anyway, That looks like a good location for the ECU. Plenty of room up top there for plugs. Got a little area down here for the fuse panel. It's plenty out of the way. I think that's gonna do. That was good to run to Dustin's real quick and knock those out while I had a minute. While he was there, it was good seeing him. I miss him. We talked a lot about the channel and about you guys. Yeah, it's a good time. Well, guys, I was just out here for a little bit. I think I got those accomplished for the day. That was pretty good chunk of work for one day. Time to put tools away. Let's put some tools away. Put you on time lapse. Watch me run around. Well, kind of thinking back on the day, didn't get any wiring done that I was actually hoping to get done today, but I guess the wiring has to start with the ECU getting mounted. So I guess I'm one step closer now that I got the ECU in place. I still got a big pile of wires right there that I'm gonna have to put in this truck. I think we'll go over that in more detail next time. I think we'll go through some of that. I'll explain kind of my strategy, kind of my thoughts. But other than that, it was a really good day. It was a good day of thrashing. It was a good day to go see Dustin, hang out, get some stuff done. I got a lot done today. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't exactly what I was planning on, but it all needs to be done. So, progress is progress. Yeah, let's just keep moving on. Yeah. I'll see you guys around.